Let's find out with GSL Code A with Powder and Wolf.
Let's find out indeed. To the left side, we have him with a 1-0 lead over his opponent. Starting for NAKSEO, here we have him in the red. It is
jjakji.
He's a great player, a really accomplished player. Of course, when he won the GSL, he was also a little bit lucky, but that's exactly what you need if you want to win a GSL. It's not only down to skill, you also need a little bit of luck, and he had it.
His opponent, his ID, might scare you. He is.
MVP Monster.
Did you ever see Monsters, Inc.?
Yeah,
Of
course.
I love the premise of that film.
It's great. I really like those movies.
I kind of want to rewatch that now. It's been probably like, I don't know, 8 years since I've seen it, but...
There's just a couple of movies that you can watch over and over and over again. I remember that one of my favorite movies, well, there are classics, of course. Shawshank Redemption is one of the best movies that I've ever seen in my entire life. But one of the movies that I watched in cinemas I think it was 6 times actually, was Pirates of the Caribbean. I loved it.
Pirates of the Caribbean was quite good. You know, when The Dark Knight came out, everyone was talking about it, and I didn't know whether to believe the hype, but I went, and the performance of all the actors in that film really impressed me. And the way, the order at which they played out the events, I really enjoyed that one. That's like not one of my favorite movies, but I remember when I saw it for the first time, I was like, okay, it lived up to the hype. It was really good.
I really enjoyed it as well. It was a great movie, and well, most of the movies are actually a lot better in English, obviously, as it's the original language. The one movie that is really a lot better in German is Pirates of the Caribbean. I was stunned. I watched it in English, and I bought the DVD when it came out, and I watched it in English, and I was so looking forward to a couple of scenes that I really enjoyed in German. And I was so hyped to see them for the first time in English, and I was like, okay, this has to be so much better. And I was so disappointed. I was so disappointed.
I actually watched Pirates of the Caribbean in German.
You did?
Yeah. I watched it in English first, of course, but I did see it in German as well. And I thought, dubbing to me is really weird. I know in Germany they like to dub, and to me I find it a little bit strange. So I didn't dislike it, but it still felt a little bit weird to me, especially because I'd seen English first, and I expected to hear, you know, a more Johnny Depp voice for Johnny Depp, for example.
Yeah, but the thing is, they just play a lot more with their voice and how they say things in the German version, and I was completely dumbfounded when I watched it, because I was like, how can that be? This is the original language. How can it be worse than the dubbing? Because in every other movie that I watched so far, I was like, always, okay, the English version is just better because there's a lot of wordplay involved. There's a lot of jokes that you just can't translate. It's not possible.
No, I see what you're saying, and I can actually, I feel with you on that a little bit. At this point, we see a fast third command center from jjakji, changing things up pretty significantly here.
Yeah.
I might actually jump out of my seat if he decides to skip reactor Hellions, but I don't think he'll do that. He will at least make 4.
Yeah, I don't think he'll do that either. With the double refinery that he currently has, he definitely wants to go for a fast factory. And he moves out with a few Marines, just trying to apply some pressure. But what exactly is Monster going to do now?
Well, it looks like he's going to hide a hatchery.
That is actually really interesting. I haven't seen this in an eternity, it feels like.
Well, it looks like he's going to hide a hatchery. It's not clear.
It's not clear, but he definitely could. He has one drone at the bottom of the map. There's the factory for his opponent. We have double. And yeah, the drone is, there's the hatchery. And just think about how this is going to look to jjakji. Jjakji is going to have a look at the third base, and he's constantly going to scout it, and there will be no third. So he's not going to get on, well, into the main base. I highly doubt that's going to be possible with all the queens that we have sticking around right now. So for him, that will look like, okay,
yeah,
he has 2 bases.
He's going to feel great. He's probably not even going to move his third. Yeah. He'll just keep it in his main. He'll be like, well, you're still on 2 base. I'm just going to wait here for a while, keep dropping mules with this, make some more SVs, but I'm not going to risk taking it at my third base location.
Yeah, he might just think, okay, this is going to be another 2 base timing, and he might try to prepare for it. And let's think about what is the earliest timing that jjakji will probably spot this base. Probably as soon as we have medivacs.
Yeah. And right now he's patrolling an SCV to see if the normal third is being taken, and it's just obviously not.
Yeah, it's not going to happen, and he will maybe move down, try to get a glimpse at the natural, and he will see that there's a lot of creep already being spread, that we have a lot of queens, and he will start wondering what exactly Monster's up to.
This is actually really creative. I love to see play like this. You know, he's giving jjakji almost a taste of his own medicine. Jjakji is known for hiding command centers.
Just look at how he played, how jjakji currently lets this game evolve. He goes for double engineering bay, which has already been spotted by Monster's Overlord. So now he will start double upgrades. He's going for a very, very bio-heavy style at the same time. He built those 4 Hellions that you mentioned. And he now has to try to find a way to make sure that Monster's creep spread is not going to go completely insane. So, +1/+1 here for Monster, +1/+1 going to be started for jjakji very soon now that the engineering bays are completed. But this is once again a very bio-heavy force that jjakji is relying on.
Oh wow, I can't believe he sneaked this by. He's only going to get a few drones, but it's worth it.
Yeah, it's so worth it. It's not only a few, I mean, if you think about it, killed already 6. That's actually really significant.
Yeah.
With only the 2 Hellions that he snuck in, I was impressed. This should not happen.
That's something that the NS Hosotarians do quite a bit. Sculpt has done this recently in matches I've seen of his. Sculpt and jjakji, actually, their styles kind of, I feel, build off each other. Whenever I see them play, they have such a similar way of doing things.
Haha, jjakji is so smart. He saw the gas and he saw that there was not as much gas taken that it would justify the 2-base play. So he scouts and he finds the hidden third. This is so smart. He moves in with the 2 Hellions. Monster doesn't stop it. jjakji checks the gas and he's like, okay, well, this timing is odd. There is no 3rd base, and at the same time, this is kind of weird because he doesn't mind as much gas as he normally would do. So there has to be something up. And he scouts, he finds the 3rd. This is brilliant.
It is. And you know, there are very few drones here actually right now. And the ones that were there were actually mostly just killed. But he will clean up these Hellions. He's going to make Spine Crawlers to make this impossible for him to really reinforce. But it's been spotted. That means 1 drop will just tear it apart. There's not much stopping him. And he takes his 3rd, lands his command center. He knows there's nothing to delay him anymore. No reason to sit around and wait.
This is really annoying at this point for Monster. If Monster is able to just deny scouting, then everything is going to be fine. But as it is, well, jjakji spots it. He's a very... Well, this is a former Code S champion. This guy definitely knows what he's doing. He knows exactly what he has to scout for, what he has to look out for. And so, yeah, he read the signs, made the right analysis, and it was like, okay, there has to be a base somewhere.
You know, jjakji got his E-base slightly faster than the Evo Chambers, but his upgrades were behind, and Monster just now starting it. Well, this double drop is just going to put the end of this hatchery.
Yeah.
He's just now taking his 3rd base, which the SCB from earlier has now spotted.
Run by attempt here. Uh-oh, not ready yet, but a little bit of hesitation going on. Monster running in and is like, can I actually take this? Trying to attack, to be aggressive again, but then he sees the Hellions and he's like, well, probably not.
This is a really good position for jjakji. He's got Blue Flame on the way. His 1-1 upgrades are a little bit behind his opponents. Spire's on the way. 11 active tumors, by the way, for Monster right now. He's really spreading it. But he's in trouble a little bit against the push from jjakji. If jjakji decides to move out pretty soon with his 1-1, which he's doing now, he might struggle to hold this. The key here is Comet Shields are going to finish right with this push, and so will Blue Flame.
He's going to move in right now, and well, this is going to be this could really get ugly because so far there's no Baneling Nest.
No
He's
Infestors.
relying no Infestors just yet. He could start them, but he doesn't for some reason.
I think he will soon. He has to. He knows this is coming too.
This drop will be spotted, but the thing is, will he be able to get back into his base in time? I kind of doubt it.
He can't stop both.
There
he may
drops
lose a pool.
everywhere.
He may lose the pool.
He's definitely losing drones.
That's for sure. And Queen will go down. Will he target the pool? No, he doesn't have enough time. He's going to have to get out of here. Gets out. 5 Infestors on the way.
But he moves. It's just beautiful to watch. He moves to the 3rd, tries to do some pressure. He moves into the main base, and as soon as those units are just split and trying to defend the base, jjakji moves in with his force in the middle of the map and kills Creep. Yeah, so he's occupying his opponent everywhere.
He is, and he takes out that Queen. The Infestors come out, but yeah, 2nd Queen is killed. Gets out without taking any damage. Monster's supply blocked, in fact, right now. jjakji's starting to pull ahead in supply. Hive Tech is done. Greater Spire being started right now. Oh, great fungal.
No split, and a double fungal will finish off most of the Marines.
Oh my god!
And immediately he starts splitting. He's like, all those Marines are like, medic, medic!
He needs those medevacs so bad, but he's not going to have time.
Oh, but does he really need them? Those Banelings didn't do as much damage as they were supposed to do.
Yeah.
He split them quite well.
He really did.
And to be honest, to the Marine, it's basically irrelevant how many hit points he has. When the Baneling hits, and the Fungal as well, then he's done. Doesn't matter if it's 10 or 20 hit points, so that didn't do all that much. Great Aspire is nearly done. Baneling Sweden once again. Nice scan. Creep being killed.
Yeah.
jjakji is playing this very well. Monster has to be careful.
Yeah, this is a tense position. They're both on even supply. He's got the Greater Spire transition in play, but jjakji's got the 4th command center, and I think with the control of the center he has, he can take that 4th at the center and just hold that location. And against Broodlord tech, there's no way to really circumvent that. I mean, how does he actually fight jjakji with that tech when he has control of the center? That's the most important part of using Broodlords on this map.
The problem is that we don't have enough infestors. He only has 4. Even with the Broodlords, he has to take care of Marines and potential Vikings.
And with all the gas spending on Broodlords, it's hard to make both. You can't really afford to do both when you're on 3 bases on just 6 gas.
jjakji doesn't know it yet, though. That's the one thing that is a problem for him. He does not know about his opponent's position. He's probably going to expect another Ultralisk play here, which is common on this map.
Yeah, he's already making the Marauders.
Yeah, he is expecting Ultralisks, and this is a fair assumption because on this map, Ultralisks are a very good choice.
Oh,
and
those
he already saw him opponent use it.
Those Zerglings are patrolling the wrong location, man. But here we go. Broodlings have been spotted. He's on his way out.
Vikings are being built, and a second starport.
Well, this is not looking good for jjakji's forces, but still the Zerg is on 3 base. He needs a 4th base, and he's losing a lot of drones. Right now, the worker count 67 SCVs. He lost 65.
A ton of drones here. Workers killed 28 already. jjakji did a really good job here, but what is Monster going to do? Will he start to push now? Will he start to push his advantage, or will he give his opponent time to prepare? 2 starports. He really wants those Vikings now.
Yeah, he needs them. He really wants to control the center of the map, but he's lost it. And this is exactly the position Monster wants to be in, where he has control of the map with Broodlords. How can jjakji now approach this? He's going to have to split extremely well. He's going to have to wait for his Viking count to be built up.
6 Vikings at the same time. He has the reactors, and the Viking count will be up in no time. Fungals are going to be so crucial here, but only 4 infestors, we pointed out earlier. How are you going to approach this? Are you using your Fungals on 2 Vikings?
I don't think so. He's got to split his units really well. The Vikings doing what they can. The Banelings mostly wasted here, I feel. They could have done a lot more. And jjakji still holds for now, but the infested Terrans are helping out.
And now the biggest problem is when you use Broodlords on this map. The map is huge. The Antia is gone. The Vikings, they move in. And only a few Queens are left. That's all that those Broodlords have. It might be enough, but Monster's dropping in supply, and jjakji is taking the Broodlords apart one by one.
This is the problem. He doesn't have a 4th base. Yes. He can't actually fall back to anything. This is almost all or nothing. He's losing his 3rd hatchery right now as well. Things looking really bad for Monster. He needs to make this work, and he's trying. There's so many Zerglings, they break through.
jjakji's very, very controlled though. But these Lings, they definitely pose a big problem and threat to jjakji's economy. Taken down, the Broodlords at the same time are being threatened and taken apart by these Vikings.
He needs to target his Vikings. They're shooting at Overlords right now.
There are too many, and they're everywhere.
Way too many. Oh, this is not looking good for Monster. His supply is plummeting right now. It looks like jjakji may actually just take this 2-0.
There's the GG Monster. He cannot sustain these attacks. And jjakji, he takes it.
His multitasking was great this series. And unfortunately for Monster, you know, he had a tough draw with the maps, I will say.
Yeah.
Nothing he can do about that. And Tiga, a tough map to play on as Zerg. And the control that we saw from jjakji was great. His transition, his aggression, he aggressively scouted what his opponent was doing constantly.
His game, how he reads the game, that really impressed me. He knew exactly the entire time when there was something fishy going on. He kind of smiled. There was something really weird. There has to be another base, and he spotted it. He took it down, and from that point on, we had at a 12-minute mark, third for the Zerg player. He had to rebuild the third. He had the drones, but he could not use them. So everything was a little bit delayed, and this drop play by jjakji was exactly what he kind of needed. He was playing a very, very controlled game.
Yeah, I would say so. And the drops that he did, I mean, he zoned his opponent. Go over here, It was almost as if he was playing tennis with his opponent and hitting the ball into one corner. His opponent hits it, and then he hits it to the opposite corner, so his opponent has to run over there, and he just kept playing tennis with him like that.
He controlled the middle of the map suddenly. He was able to just completely fan out the units of his opponent to the left, to the right. Then in the middle there was this huge gaping hole where there was no units. He just took charge, claimed the middle of the map, forced the creep back, and played this really, really well. Guys, we have one more best of 3 left for you, and we will come back after just a few seconds. Well, about 5-minute break, and then we are back with the GSL Code A, the round of 48. Color Wolf, don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a heartbeat.